We have been told that we should go to college straight out of high school, which is not a bad idea, considering that we can continue our education, keep the hot streak going. But I think it's very important for us to ask ourselves what fields we are going into. Now, we may have a general sense where we want to go into when we're in high school, but a lot of people actually change their field halfway through college. And this becomes a problem because this may cause you to stay in college for an extra year, which means an extra year of debt. So there's a couple things that you should ask yourself before you go into college, what field you're going into. If it's a field like business or medical, think of what areas you actually really want to go into. Do some research, check on YouTube what our day-to-day process. They have tons of videos of it and people that work in that field to talk about it. A lot of colleges don't tell you this, but I think it's very important for a lot of young people to know is that a lot of jobs look for certificates over degrees. The reason being is because they need more people to cover in that field, and it's crazy that people don't tell you this because they want you to sign up for their college primarily for a degree. If you want to go into a certain position, look into similar positions that don't require a 4-year degree, see what certificates you need to do another job that's similar to it. For example, if you want to become a pharmacist, look into a pharmacy technician. Now, they only require a certificate and a lot of companies actually pay for that certificate. And you can start off straight out of high school. You don't even need to go to college. Straight out of high school, about 35 to 40 grand a year as entry pay. That doesn't include any raises, benefits. To start off after high school to make 40 grand a year, and you can save that if you're still living with your parents, or if you can get your own place if you can. They may not be the job that you want, but it lets you see if you really want to go into that field. If you end up not liking it, all you lose out is a certificate that you probably paid less than $500 versus 50 grand of student debt where you switched your degree halfway through your education. Another question that you have to ask yourself is the money worth it for that piece of paper? People will say, well, it's more than just a piece of paper. In reality, it is a piece of paper that just clarifies that you paid for college. I think we don't really put that in perspective. We can further our education without school. We can get through experience, and that's what a lot of jobs really like is professional experience, because they don't have to train you for small tasks like how to use Excel or how to use PowerPoint or something like that. Or how to, if you know how to actually forward a professional email or write business proposal or something of that sort. Another point I want to make clear, a specialty college does not mean a better college. You can go to a specialty college, but just remember that you're paying extra because it focuses in your field. However, does it focus in your specific field? For example, art colleges are everywhere and they are private colleges. That meaning they don't get any funds from the government, making it more expensive because they have to rely on loans in order to get their revenue. You're paying double, if not then triple the amount of money to go to that college. They may offer scholarships, but the scholarships basically make it a discount rate to a regular college if you pay full price. And I think they are very predatory, especially for younger students, because they really like, oh, we specialize in this, you know, this director or this artist came from here. But that doesn't mean you're going to become the next big thing. It just means that you signed up to potentially become the next big thing. I want to make clear that it's okay if you go into the job force right away after high school. It's completely okay if you don't want to further in your education. If you want to start working, 100% okay. What's nice about you going to the job force immediately is that you will receive benefits such as vacation, health insurance, vision and dental, but they also provide education reimbursement. Some pay $1,000, others pay $2,000. I've seen some that even paid $5,000. And that goes on to the next point, and that is avoid debt as much as you can. We always want to go to the best college, but like I said, is that degree worth it? Oh, they're number one in engineering. Will a lot of jobs care if it's the number one? I mean, I don't keep up with what's number one in business colleges because in reality, Just as long as I have that piece of paper, I'm going to get the job. Colleges honestly don't care unless you go to Yale, Harvard, like some prestigious college. That's the only time that they really care. If it's really high up there where it's well known. And we always look down on cheaper options because we think that it's a lower quality for education. But in reality, you're saving so much more. Jobs don't care about the quality of education just as long as you got that education. What they care about is what experience do you have? Do you know how to do this? Do you know your functions? Do you actually know how to do your job as soon as possible? How fast can you learn this new system? That's what jobs really care about. Another thing that doesn't make sense, but people don't tell us, is that financial aid is 100% rigged for middle class people. That's because if you are of a lower income bracket, a lot of times financial aid favors you because your family is part of that lower income bracket. So they will assist you as much as they can to further your education. However, if you are middle class, even upper middle class, you get screwed over by the system. Most likely, your parent or parents are in debt and they're paying back whatever they can. So most likely, they're not going to be paying for your college at all. But financial aid is like, well, your parents make this amount of money, so they could pay for your education. So we will only cover 10%, if not then 0%. That doesn't make any sense because in reality, you're paying back the school, you're paying for it. Financially, it doesn't care because you don't qualify because you're not of age to be counted as an independent. So then you sign up for a private loan, a federal loan, or even, part of the student loan, and you put yourself in debt with a decent APR. Schools don't tell you that you can wait until you're 23 to 25 to qualify for financial aid as your own income. Meaning it doesn't matter how much your parents make because you are of age where you count as an individual, so they will only look at your income. Schools don't tell you this because they want you to sign up for their private loans, for their federal loans, because that's how they make money off of you. So be wary before you rely on financial aid. Do an estimate. Most of the time, they will say, your parents can cover it. Honestly, if you can wait, do it. Let's say you don't want to wait. You don't want to waste the opportunity. And even if a college is offering you 10 grand off per year, if the tuition itself is 20 grand, you're still signing up for 10 grand per year. So that's only 40. But ask yourself this: what happens if you deny that scholarship and just go to community college where you can pay only 5 grand a year for 2 years? So you get basically two years for the price of one for that one college. In the end, it's kind of worth going to community college. People always give community college such a bad rep, but in reality, smaller classes means more interpersonal relationships with your professor. Your professor will actually remember you, and you will still get that good quality general education that you don't really need to get your associates. And let's not forget, a lot of times community colleges are transferable and they can recommend schools that you can actually get pretty good discounts or scholarships for. So don't forget, community college can save you a lot too in the long run. In my opinion, you can do community college full-time, have a job part-time, or you can do full-time job, part-time community college and wait until you're 23, then you get financial aid to cover you. Another point that I want to make clear is that college experience is never ever worth it. It's not worth it. I don't care what people say. They say I met all my best friends through it, but guess what? Petty drama. There's underage drinking that leads to bad decisions. There's, friendships that get broken with your other friends that because you're hanging out with one person too much. You guys are being roommates, but you're still not fully developed as an adult. You're paying 20 grand a year for just room and board for not even a full year. You're only there for 8 months. With 20 grand per year, you can honestly get an apartment for yourself. It's not worth room and board because if room and board is 20 grand each year, you're paying 80 grand a year just for a college experience. And to me, it's just not worth it. Every time that I talk to my friends, they always complain about their roommate. Final point that I want to make is just vision the numbers that you're signing yourself up for this loan. You're signing up for $150,000 just for room, board, and tuition. Sorry about that, guys. My camera died halfway through. As I was saying, imagine what you can do with $150,000. Let me break it down for you. You can buy 3 to 4 luxury vehicles. You can buy about 5 regular vehicles. You can move to another state and put down payment for a new house. You can even buy a whole house with $150,000. You can go to over 20 luxurious vacation spots. If not, you can pretty much travel the whole entire world with that. Or you can even start your own business / YouTube channel with that money. That's crazy to think that we really make our education as a luxury item, but yet it's a necessity for life. So I always tell people, think before you make a major decision like that, because a lot of times people always complain about being in debt. It's their choice to go into that debt. So pick a college that's going to be affordable, offers you a lot of scholarships. Make sure that you're doing everything that you can to take advantage of financial aid, and make sure that you're just avoiding debt as much as possible. Is 5 years of your life really, or 4 years of your life, worth going into a $125,000 loan? Or would you rather earn money during that time? If you can start off with 40 grand a year for each of those years, and that's not including any raises or your benefits or anything like that. So think about those decisions. Think beyond what we are told to do. Ask yourself, why do I have to go to college right away after high school? But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of other options, but for anyone that's new to college or looking into going to college, I highly recommend telling these people about this video just so they can know their choices, that there's not only one choice to just go straight to college. But anyways, thank you guys for watching and all your support, and I'll see you guys next time.